number of divers will be very pleased with the way they've started this competition. And a gold for China in no way guaranteed. Long way to go still with 4 rounds left to dive. But He Chong and Ching Kai, Chris, have been given a bit of a reminder that there are other world-class divers out there.
Yeah, being pushed by De May, who's already picked up 2 silver medals in this competition in the past. It's just 2 points behind Quinn now. So, and also the Mexican. So it's all to play for with 4 rounds to go.
Yeah, Castillo going extremely well. Ave Ilana Garcia, 5th place. 2 great rounds of diving into the 80s, and he really was struggling from the off on that one.
Yeah, he's thrown it away. Qualified in 12th, moved up to 5th, and completely missed at 4.5. So he's leaning forward, throws down, knees apart to increase the rotation, but just running out of room. There's a poor start, never got into a tight tuck, it's not spinning fast enough, and it just falls onto the water. Very low scores, even though it's a 3.8 degree of difficulty. That's a big miss. So something like that, pushing back from 5th to 12th.
Yeah, struggle there. We're going to see that dive again from Castillo and Rosset in this round. Won't fill them full of confidence. Jack Law. I like the way Jack Law's gone about his business in the first 2 rounds. Seemed to have just remained disconnected from the competition. Coach there, Adi, with the computer recording each dive, and it's very good.
That is so good. A really high jump. Qualified in 11th, then 10th, now in 8th, and that's going to be very good for him. The jump is high, the pike is good, he finishes at board level, floats around, puts his feet at the end of the diving board, that stops the rotation there, then reaches back. Just a little bit of splash caught on the top of the shoulders, but as he dives, that's going to get better and better.
Good marks. 75 for Jack Law. Strong challenge for the World Junior Champion. Brian Nixon then with his twister. Not quite where he wanted to be with the scores in the last round.
Yeah, this is a reverse 2.5 with 1.5 twists. Well, it's again not quite getting the entry right. It's the second one he's missed. Good here, 1.5 twist. Now into the pike. You have to be strong to get there for that. But just missing the entry. And he feels comfortable. It's the right distance from the board. He sees the water. But again, pulls the head down. There's too much movement with the head, and the dive rolls over.
72.60. Brian Nixon might steal a place. Castillo then, one of the strongest challengers in this competition. 3rd place at the moment for the Mexican, and we're back to the forward 4.5 in that tuck position. You can see this from he and Rosset. Yeah,
and he's actually changed dive. He used the 3.5 pike to get through into the final. Now he's changed it to a 3.8. It might be, yeah, it might be worth doing that as well.
This might pay dividends, you know. What a great change.
He went 83 on his 3.5. Can he go higher on a 4.5? It's bigger DD. You can see the effort on his face as he's spinning around. Little splashy going in, but it is vertical. So will the judges be kind to him? Not quite getting the rip entry, but it was straight.
No, 77.90. I really thought, Chris, that he would go a little bit better than his semi-score.
So that's 5 points lower by using the 4.5 and not the 3.5.
Same dive from Rosset. Judges coming down hard. If you put this big dive in, you've got to hit it.
And he's done the same thing, used a 3.5 in the prelim.
Lovely, lovely.
That was spot on. Well, he only got 79 points on his 3.5. He's surely going to go higher with that. Good jump, fast spin, knees apart there, knees together for the entry, and he hits the entry spot on. It's a bit of a reaction. You don't really have time to see it. You feel it come around, quick look and punch. Brilliant front 4.5. So it was a good decision to change that from the 3.5, and he's gone over 100 points.
Oh wow, 9.5s and 9s for Rosset, and that's pushed him right back into the competition as Castillo's challenge fades.
Well, that was amazing. Quinn in the prelims did a 4.5 and got the same score with a 10 on his 4.5.
Superb stuff from the Frenchman. He's back in it. Kuznetsov then has to try and blank all that out to produce with this dive, and this is a big dive as well. Good height from the board, little splashy on entry, but we're still seeing some very, very good dives.
Yeah, the dives are very, very sharp. High jump. This is a hard dive. You haven't got the hurdle to get the height. He's used pure strength and power on the diving board. Just a small kick out problem. As he kicks out, his chest is lifted up, and that causes the kick over, and doesn't quite get the hands right on the end. You see the grabbing of the fingers, the top of the fingers just in the way. Just need to be more of the palm of the hand on the water. And near the final bit, the feet kicking over, but 80.50. You think that was a good score?
Yeah, it's good, but it's 22 below what we just seen from Rosset. What a shift in this third round we're going to see. Prigorov out of it at the moment, down in 11th place. Back 2.5 for him, just 3.0 on the tariff, so he can't go high with this dive.
This is his easiest dive. Really needs to be using 3.5s. Well, it was a neat dive, but nothing really impressive. Jumps up in the air, good pipe position, but it's the degree of difficulty that let him down. A good save under the water too, pulls his feet through, stops the feet kicking over, head just up a little bit on the pike, but a good back 2.5.
Yeah, this is the light and shade you need in a competition really. 67.50, just highlighting the quality of some of the top dives that we've seen. Dumais now will be under pressure. Been some huge scores in this third round, and Troy, well, this time successfully throws the chamois to the floor. But same dive, that same lower tariff will suppress what he can get as a big score.
Yeah, if there's one weakness in his diving list, it's this, and possibly the 3.5 pike. Didn't use a 4.5.
Well, it's beautifully done.
Yeah, he'll score well. 3.0 degree of difficulty, should be in the 80s with that. Just in the prelim, just got under 80 points. It's a jump, good pipe position. You can see his head moving every time he sees the board, so he sights the board on the first somersault, second somersault, and a good reach back for that entry. Matt?
Coach Scoggins is happy for 78 points, so Dumais not done himself too much harm, but I think we will see him drop maybe a place. Sanchez with a miss, down in 12th. Long pause before he went on that last dive.
Yeah, that was disappointing. Yeah, he qualified in 4th. He's dropped right back. This is his in with 3.5 somersaults. So he's moved his list around. Oh, just out a fraction early. That's a shame. Good jump up in the air. Watching the head as it passes the diving board, just to make sure it's not too close. Now it's safe, but he's finished underneath the 3 metre. The head's up a little bit on the tuck. Chin should be picked forward just a fraction more, but he misses his entry. So missed opportunity with a 3.4 there. Oh, that's
71.
Shame, 71 points, yeah.
So this outdoor pool now bathed in a wonderful warm glow from the evening sunlight here in Shanghai as we head towards 6 p.m. local time. Big dives to come to finish off, and all the same, so be nice to make a comparison now between some of our top contenders. Zakharov of Russia first up. A lot of dive here.
Feet over the end of the diving board. He was out a long way, but he saves the dive. He had the second best reverse 3.5 out of these 3 that we're going to see in the prelims. But there, he has got a problem. He can feel it travelling forward. He's tried to overcompensate too much, but just kicking up a fraction too high, and the dive rides over. You can see the divers use this technique of pulling the knees apart to increase the rotation if they feel slow, and you can normally get away with it, but it's better if you have your feet together and only the knees apart. Otherwise the judges will see it and they'll deduct for it. So he'll leave some scores for that, as well as the kick over on the end.
85.75. Good score from Zakharov when you consider what could have happened with that dive. So the Russian ticking along nicely. Chen Kai, what a dive in the last round with his twister. Now looking to preserve that lead.
Yeah, well, this is the one that he did miss. It was the only one that he missed in the prelims. Just scored 77 points. You see the toes wrapped up to protect them from that very coarse diving board. Oh, he nearly missed it, but he pulled the dive around. That was a slow spin in reverse 3.5, but he got the height. He just didn't get the spin. So a little slow. He's pulling these knees apart to increase the rotation, and he was dropping short. There, the knees come apart, it speeds up a little now, kicks a bit early, but then arches to pull the dive around. So technique-wise, slightly off, but will they score the entry?
There we go, 87.50. He's got away with it as Chen Kai. Looked very right side dominant as he came off the board there. Didn't look in balance at all.
He was struggling with the takeoff, hence the entry.
So He Chong, humbling situation for the Olympic champion, down in 6th position, but it just shows the quality of the divers around him. This has been a phenomenal competition, and we're only just at the halfway stage. Same dive as we've seen from Zakharov and Chin. Obviously a chance to impress.
He went 89 points in the prelim. He needs to go over 90. It's a 3.5. So it's got the potential to go 100 points if he can nail the entry. Looks good so far.
Oh, superb.
Yeah, that's going to go into the 90s, definitely. Got the takeoff right. He landed on that sweet spot, perfect on the end of the diving board. Didn't need to pull the knees apart too much on the rotation. It was so high. He feels comfortable here. He's spotting on the double somersault, spots on the triple, kicks out, reaches back, and then puts a very quick save going through. And you can see the power used in that right leg to jump up into the hurdle step. All the power through the knees, through the top of the leg, and the time in there, using the arms to lift your arms above your head as you extend that leg. That's a perfect hurdle step, and you need it for a reverse 3.5 somersaults.
Sensational pictures. And He Chong disappearing straight into that athlete's area. Not allowed to film him. 98 marks. Oh my goodness me. He Chong is back in business. Well, this has been a fantastic competition because of the moves on the leaderboard, and He Chong closes the gap to just under 2 points against Chen Kai. Zakharov gets himself back into 3rd, and Dumay drops out of the top 3. Fascinating stuff. More to come after the break.